What's next for the MCU? A ton. We're going to talk about all the future projects for the MCU, plus release dates for those MCU movies and Disney Plus and everything. Let's unlock Disney. You know, when watching Endgame, I remember leaving the theater and saying, MCU had a good run. All this was great. I don't see how they top this. And I'm not saying that they're topping Endgame, but man, I thought there was nowhere else to go, and they done went everywhere, especially with the multiverse. So what we're going to jump into is we're going to go in order everything that the MCU has that's coming out. We'll talk a little bit about it, and we'll give some release dates. The amount of stuff that's coming out is mind-blowing. So let's go right in order with everything that the MCU is putting out. The very next thing we have is Moon Knight. Now, there has been talk that Moon Knight is not part of the MCU. I mean, it's part of the MCU, but not part of the main timeline. Whatever is going to happen is going to happen. But dude, Moon Knight is going to be part of the MCU. I don't care what people are saying. With Multiverse and all that stuff, and with Blade coming on later on, there's no way they don't connect Moon Knight into the MCU.
I can't tell the difference between life and dreams.
Thank you.
Lost the contact lens.
Hope you find it.
Thanks.
Then, literally a day later, Morbius comes out. So, okay, yes, Morbius is part of the Sonyverse. It's not part of the MCU. But do we really know? The way Sony and Disney have been playing nice together, they're really throwing things back and forth. Now, personally, from seeing the trailer of Morbius, it gives me a lot of the feels of, hey, let's try and make people that don't know a whole lot about the MCU, let's make them think this is part of the MCU, and they just threw in whatever they could in that trailer. But the Vulture is in it. Then again, there's variants of characters that could be played by the same actor. I'm putting it in here because you never know. Morbius could be part of the MCU, might not be. I don't think it is, but at some point it could be. Multiverse messes up everything.
And consume blood. Or die.
We all have monsters within us. It's up to us to control it.
What if
I can't? Michael Morbius. You've been given a gift.
Not exactly.
Time to let go of what you used to be. Discover who you're meant to be.
All our lives we've lived with death. Why shouldn't they know what it feels like for a change? Just accept who you are.
The bad guy.
Next on the agenda is Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. This is going to blow up everything, I think. So we've already seen in the trailer that Professor X is going to be in this. So how the multiverse jumps around with that. Is that the Professor X from Fox? Is that a new Professor X played by the same character? Is it a variant from another universe that we haven't gone into? Again, mind blown. Who knows what's going to happen? But after this movie, I think things are really going to change. I really feel like it's just going to be a mess. I'm thinking Wanda might be a big bad. I don't know. Maybe they bring in the mutants by doing a reverse thing from the comics where she actually killed all the mutants. Maybe in this she brings them all to life. Who knows? I don't know. But I really can't wait for the X-Men, and I can't wait for this movie. But luckily, this movie's coming sooner.
I'm sorry, Stephen. Your desecration of reality will not go unpunished.
We should tell him the truth.
Things just got out of hand.
You break the rules.
Look out!
You become a hero. I do it, I become the enemy. It doesn't seem fair.
Then we have Miss Marvel. So Miss Marvel is going to be coming to Disney Plus in June, and the trailer looks pretty decent. It looks like they're going to take a different avenue than what the comics have, probably because Miss Marvel, her powers are pretty much similar to Mr. Fantastic, and I know we're going to be bringing Mr. Fantastic in, so I don't think Marvel wanted to have two similar characters like that. So I think they're changing her origin story. It's all good. MCU hasn't disappointed me yet, so I'm all in.
Maybe they're right. I spend too much time in Fantasyland.
That is not you.
It's not really the brown girls from Jersey City who save the world. That's a fantasy too.
Did something happen to you?
No, why? Did you hear something?
Come on.
What does it feel like?
Cosmic. I always thought I wanted this kind of life, but I never imagined any of this.
Do you even know what you are?
I'm a superhero.
Next, we have She-Hulk. Now, it leaked that it was coming out June 10th, but I doubt that because Miss Marvel comes out June 8th. Either way, She-Hulk deserves her own show, and we're going to find out what really is going on with Professor Hulk, Bruce Banner, and Hulk. That big trinity of mess. But She-Hulk! Then the big movie after Doctor Strange in the movie theater, we got Thor, Love and Thunder, and that movie's going to be great. It's going to be great. Then coming October 7th, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. Then we have in October on Disney Plus, we have a Halloween special, and leaks have come out that it's going to be Werewolf by Night. That would be really cool. I know nothing about what's happening. They've been pretty tight-lipped about it. They've come out with some of the actors that are going to be in it, but the Halloween special does seem to be Werewolf by Night. Now, in November, we have Black Panther 2 coming out, Wakanda Forever, and I'm really curious to see what direction they take with it. No matter what they do, I just hope that they give honor and respect to Chadwick because he was amazing. All right, guys, for the rest of these, I have them all in the description down below. I have release dates, what's on deck for MCU in the future. Also, a couple Sony things in there too, because like I said, who really knows? But for sure, everything that is coming, I have in that description. And what I am most excited about are the X-Men, but they're being pretty tight-lipped as to how they're going to approach the X-Men. Now, X-Men 97, the cartoon, I'm really, really excited about that because that's going to be phenomenal. But all I am asking is when the MCU brings in the X-Men, that they just do it right. Just do it right. Now, the MCU has not let me down yet, so I'm feeling great about that. But the one thing that Fox did was casting was brilliant. Writing, not so brilliant. Casting, amazing. So I'm excited. I'm optimistic.